Hello everyone, T-Man978. Thanks to Nate Simmons, I'm going to be looking at Masterpiece G01 Cybertron Trainbots leader, Trainbot Shouki. Look at that. Nice long box because the train is long. Here is a Masterpiece equivalent vehicle right there. So, there's this stuff on the back, but you can see all these pictures on the internet. La 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 la. The G in MPG stands for Gatai. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but it basically means union, and it also can mean giant or great. So there you go. I would say it means generations, but that's a Hasbro thing, not Takara told me. But this box looks nice. Shocker, inside he comes with a collector's card, which is card-like material with this stuff on the back. And you get the instruction manual with various things in it. I'll let you look at it when you get yours. Or maybe you can search the internet and get better pictures. Inside, you get the train guy, you get some tracks, a gun, a little stand piece port right here, the chest panel, I'm guessing for the combined mode, and there were 2 optional seats, which I actually put inside. Full disclosure, I have not transformed this guy yet. I've just messed with the train features, and I just want to get this part filmed. Then I'm going to transform it back and forth and come back with all that. So, yeah, we need to get this show on the road. It's a lot. All right, I'm going to mess with the accessories. These are plain gray plastic with this, like, I don't know, it's like a yellowy silver right there. It looked like it would be die cast, but it feels like plastic. It doesn't feel cold at all. But you can connect these together like that, and ta-da, you have tracks. The wheels on this thing, those are die cast. They were chilly when I opened this. But, of course, you can put this on the tracks. Come on, sir. Yeah, line it up, and it does roll very smoothly. If I had more tracks or longer tracks, I bet you it would be even smoother. Why? I had no problem getting this on there earlier. What is going on? But yeah, there you go, that. And let me just show off the train before I keep going. But here's the front of it. Nicely painted, like the whole thing is painted. There's the front. You can see the 2 seats in there. You got this. You see the doors. You can put people in there, but looking at these doors, this thing would be way out of scale with those little people. So, there you are, this. I don't believe that door doesn't open. I tried. And you do have the hitch right here, which you can connect the other Trainbots together once you get them. Alright, underneath of here you can do a few things. Here's this gun right here, which is not painted from what I can tell. But it pegs onto this little rectangular peg right here. Why is everything? I know I'm reaching over this camera, but everything is like a little bit more difficult right now. But there you are, that. You can store that. I have not tried to see if it actually rolls. No, that definitely gets all the way in the way of putting it on the track. So there's that. And then we can take that off, lift up this panel right here, lift that up, rotated this way. Then we can take this piece right here, push it in, bend these in like that, and now we can take this right here, port that into here. And I haven't tried this yet, but I saw it in the instructions. If you have one of these from your various other Masterpiece figures, you can fit this in there. Put that how you need it. And now we can port this onto here. And now he's riding on the track, but now he's taking off. So there's that option. Now up here, we can kind of pull down right there to get that separated. Once we get it separated, you can open this up. Now I put these seats in here, and we can go ahead and get Daniel in the seated position. And he can fit in there. But basically, lift this back up. You could just, oh no, he's rocking. But make sure this stays up. And go ahead and close one side. Stop moving around. Close one side, then close the other. And then we can go bring this up and put these little tabs underneath of the front and have that in place. And now we can see somebody in there driving. Isn't that lovely? It's lovely. And so you can see one of the newer Masterpiece spikes can actually fit in there. You can put a little Diaclone Man in there. Let's see if this Bandai Gundam dude, he can fit in there. So there's that. Let's see. This is what the Diaclone guy looks like next to the door. So he is still big. But like you could say he's wearing like an exosuit. And here is Daniel next to that door. So that's goofy. But if you don't want any of that going on, we can go ahead and pop these seats out. The inner peg goes into a hole right there on both sides. Optionally, if you don't care about seats or people in there and you want just everything you need for him to be stored, you can go ahead and close this side of this chest panel in and make sure that this peg is on the outside and close that up right there. So actually don't close that up yet. There is a peg hole right here that corresponds with this. I like to keep it open, plugged, because it makes it easier to push this down and to make it feel like you're not breaking it by putting force on all of it. Shut that, and when you put this in here, these two things right here actually need to go up. And then we need to bend this joint so we can line things up right here. And instead of closing this first and then connecting it, we actually need to bring it over right here. Get it up and then bring this one over and plug that in. And now that shield piece is actually stored in there. So we can have all that stored. Isn't that lovely? It's nice, ain't it? Alright, from what I can tell, I think I've shown everything that I can do. Here it is next to Chug or Earthrise Astral Train. So, yeah. If I had that little caboose thing in here, it would pretty much be close to the same length. But, yeah, from what I can tell, this is constructed better. And yeah, it looks more like an actual train, unlike this mess, which just looks like a flat purple thing. You have to look very hard to see what it is. Let's see how these wheels line up. They don't line up at all. So this can't really use this track at all besides to just slide on that. Here is a masterpiece car. So yeah, that great scale. Here's a deluxe car. So you would even need something smaller than that. Here's Earthrise, Commander class, Skylinks. They pretty much scale with each other. Like, yeah, you see that? Oh, yeah. They look good together. But end of the day, the train is the train. It's together cohesively. It has metal tires. They got the track. I noticed that these do not like rotate or anything. So I'm sure there won't be like a turning track piece, which is kind of boring. It is cool that they added like extra stuff for the storage for the gun and whatnot if you don't care about the tracks. Painted all over. Nice weight and feel and whatnot. It's cool. Let's attempt this transformation. Oh boy. I guess we are going to start here. I'm going to put my finger up in there so that I can grab this side, this panel right here, and pull that down. And pull that down. Get it going, basically. Yes. Yeah, leave it like that. Then we can go ahead and, you know what? This is clipped in the front, in the back, and in the front. You have to like kind of lift it basically off enough so you can separate that. So get that going right there. Now we can open this door on this leg. Open that up. And we are going to rock this. But while rocking that, or when we get to like this point, we can turn this and push that up there until it like clicks into place. And take note that this is like transparent plastic. Yeah. But we can, it's like the hard part about this is it's all clipped in. So we basically just gotta get it away from the clips. That's the problem. Or the tough part, I should say, not a problem. Like that clips into here. Yeah. Like wiggle that up. Now that's up. Now we can wiggle this down and bring the toe this way. And now we can rotate this way. And this is tight. Maybe because this isn't my figure, I'm like trying to be delicate, not break anything, but rotate that. That's, like I said, tight. And bring this over. And now this right here needs to port into that. But that's the foot done. We can shut this onto there. And we can rotate this way. This right here, that bends in. We'll bring it right here. And there's a little clear tab that goes into a slot right there. It is not at all remotely the most secure thing, but there you are. I mean, we can lower this ankle however you see fit, but okay. The same stuff over here. We're gonna open this up and we're going to rock this, but before we rock that out completely, I'm gonna move this, and then this right here, you see that pin? this comes up on a slider. But before we get too crazy, we're gonna rotate this knee just like we did on the other side and bring that up until it pegs. Well, it pegged already. So now I'm going to unpeg this right here, stretch the foot out, bring the toe, and rotate this way and bring that way. And it already pegged by itself. It pegged into that spot right there that it needs to peg into. This stuff right here. This needs to shut, and this double hinge needs to come down like that. I don't really like that. That doesn't go into anything, but it stays because it's tight. But now we can rotate, get the legs up, rotate this way, rock that in, and then peg this little transparent peg into this. Not very secure at all. Now this stuff, we can once again grab here and like kind of get that off of there. I'm going to go ahead and open this up at this point. These, I don't know how important it is, but they need to go out to the side like that to do that. And now we can go ahead and separate this, kind of like get it out to the side, and we can bring this up and these panels right here for that. Let's bring the head up. But these panels need to go in on both sides, just in. And now let's mess with this stuff right here. This needs to like detach from here. This needs to detach or unclip. I can't tell which way. I don't want to break this thing. Hold on. Alright. It was tabbed in this way, so I'm going to turn that a little bit to make this piece actually come off of that. But basically we need to keep that straight, but get that panel down. Here's what I'm doing. Bend this little thing in this way, but we need to rotate this panel inward like this, behind this part. Lift that up. And now this part that I bent in needs to go into that hole. So do that and put this over the shoulder like that. Now let's try to do all that again over here on this side. Separate this. I'm going to twist this peg out of there. Get this up here. Move this out the way so that I can rotate this panel behind that panel. There's so many freaking panels. What I didn't do is this part underneath of his armpit needs to come down so that we can peg it into the side of his body right here. But lift this up and put it over the shoulder. The head went back down. Lift that back up. At this point, we can rotate the arms around. Rotate the arm around. Open this panel under here and pull the hand out. Shut that. Open the panel under there. Pull the hand out, shut that. Now, this is gonna seem crazy. I'm going to rock this out this way and lift that up. Now this whole thing rotates right here. And here's the tough part that's gonna be, this might be hard for me to show. This needs to come forward over his shoulder, and this part right here needs to go into that slot behind the neck. Getting that lined up just right is a little bit difficult, I'm not gonna lie, but get that together like that and you can get the body straight like this. Now this part right here is nuts and aggravating. I'm gonna do it like the instructions say, and then I'm gonna do it in a way where I think it looks better. But we need to, with this still out like this, we need to bend this down like that and have this like that basically. We need to bring this down and we need to bend this like this and then rotate this on that bar, and this hook goes into a little slot right there. I think an eyelash got on my lens. It's driving me nuts. Hold on. All right, we got it like that. Now this right here, we'll flare this out. Open this up, flare this up, open that up, and the chest pulls out, rotates, and pushes in. And these panels right here kind of groove into that right here. But I believe we are done. Shouki, depending on how you want to put the feet, Shouki is a robot. So there you are with that. And here's Shouki. Let's do a spin around. Now I have this flared out like wings. I'm not sure if this is actually cartoon accurate. I don't believe it had a backpack in the cartoon. I'm not sure, but this is what they want you to do. I mean, this isn't a problem so much, but the backpack is hanging out right there. Here's what I was doing, and this took me like an hour messing around because the way I was able to transform it, the instructions were not helping me get it together. But untab that clip right there. Now, if we spin it around this way, this is everything straight out like it was when I first pulled it back. If I do it like that and rotate it up here, guess what? These two clips right here can now fit into these holes right there. So they fit in there securely. And now this part right here, the wings can actually, they can slide up and down on a rocker. It's hard for me to like grab it. But this part right here, it can slide up and down. I'm going to slide it up, and when we rotate this, these two pegs actually fit into these two holes. Only problem with this is now, and this was driving me crazy, I was like, I got that tight and got the other one tight, but now I can't hook this onto here. So screw hooking that onto there, rotate this around, pinch these two right here, and just push it up against the back. And if you don't want that hook, I'll just bring it back some. But now here we are. The backpack is way flush with the back. There's no strut hanging out. It's just a solid, more cohesive back. So I don't like what they had in the instructions. But anyhow, this robot is on paper good, but it is just so kibbly and frustrating. And now this is not one to stay. Now that I'm on camera, it's not one to stay, and maybe that's why they didn't even bother with that. So for the sake of not having to deal with this for the rest of the video, I'm going to change it back and then go through the articulation. Anyhow, looking at this robot, this isn't a robot that I'm familiar with because I didn't watch the Japanese cartoon. But looking at the design, Strong Arm from Robots in Disguise 2015 looks a ton like this. Like, they almost didn't even change the face. The way the chest is shaped and the color scheme and whatnot is like Strong Arm. Well, yeah. Look at that. Here is the side of the head. Head is pretty much all the way filled in besides one screw in there. Head is fully painted. The ball joint gives you a lot of range. And let's let you see down here. Let me zoom out some. But yeah, this is what the legs are looking like. The legs are technically filled in, but they're like almost big hollow boxes. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, let's show you the other articulation beside the head. The head can tilt and whatnot and can do all this. It's on a hinge, so it can look down if you disconnect the connection point, unfortunately. Can't really look, well, it looks up a lot, but not more than that. The shoulders go out to the side. They can rotate. You get an extra piece of rotation right here, which everything is seeming to you. Well, I'm going to have some final thoughts. But you saw this and that. You have a bicep swivel. You have double jointed elbows, so the elbows can get up to there. The wrists rotate. The hands are weird as crap. Let's let the fingers open up. The thumb opens up. The thumb is huge. These three fingers are all connected. And then you get the pointer finger like that. You get a waist swivel. Oh wait, there's one step in the transformation I didn't do. I didn't bring these down. But you get a waist swivel. The legs kick out to the side. Kick forward. The knees bend more than 90 degrees. You get a thigh rotation. And the ankles. The ankles can pivot. You can move them down further to get out of the way because there's so much blockiness. And it can rock forward. Well, they can mostly rock back depending on how you move the panels around each other. But there's so many panels and so much kibble. It's so frustrating. It makes articulating it very annoying. The gun, typical Masterpiece style gun. And that backpack, Jesus Christ. It doesn't matter how I have this connected, it seems. It seemed like a tight connection right there at first, but now it's just any motion I do, like trying to grab and manipulate it, it's hard to like manipulate with all this kibble hanging out. It's hard to manipulate anything without grabbing the backpack. And then when you grab the backpack, you make it pop out. But put that in the hand, move the thumb forward. The index finger cannot close. It's always hanging out like this. That's as tight as you can close it with the gun in the hand, without like popping it out of the peg hole. So yeah. This combiner chest shield, if you open it up like this, you can peg it, like slot that onto these pegs right there, these transparent pegs. You can do that, but yeah, there's no articulating his arm with that shield on because there's way far too much kibble. It's far too much kibble. It just gets in the way. I mean, this is how they have it posed in the instructions, and that's about all you can do. So, yeah. But let's just get into this. I've been saying it over and over again. The kibble is just so overbearing. And the way the ankles work, because it has over 90 degrees of bend, you would want the foot, the toe can move up a bit, but not a lot. You will want the foot to rock forward more than this. Let me try to just get it as much as I can. That's as much forward as you can rock it. I mean, it can look up, so that's good. But you can't get the foot like in a flat position. You got to get super strategic. And yeah, here we go. I got it standing, so we can do that. But just all the kibble is frustrating, especially on the arm. These blocks right here, trying to manipulate around this and these wings and whatnot is frustrating. And pegs like right here, trying to get these clear pegs to stay together while you're manipulating the foot is difficult. The hips are a little bit more loose. It has a ratchet going forward, as you hear, but going out to the side, they are a little bit more loose than I would like. And yeah, I've not been having a ton of fun with this thing, to be honest with you. If you work with it and work with it, and now I'm saying this right now, if I know that I'm trying to do this review so I can get it out there. If I sat around with it for days, I could possibly force myself to come up with a good pose. But it's not a natural poser, to be honest. And these hands are weird. I'm sitting here debating if I should do the third mode, the combiner mode, because I hate reviewing third-party combiners because it took long enough to do everything else. But I'm going to put some chug figures right here. There's Spike. Here's Legacy Drag Strip. Leg Upgrade. Kingdom Ultra Magnus. Here is Kingdom Galvatron with some Larkin's Lair goodies like the shoulder fillers and that Allspark and the gun. Congrats to him. He probably right now has more subscribers than me out of nowhere because his shorts are blowing up somehow. Here is Kingdom Rodimus Prime. And here is Earthrise Optimus. Like, he's only a little bit taller. Like, you can't really tell probably, but he is a little bit taller than Earthrise Optimus right here. And as we can see, Earthrise Astro Train is significantly shorter. There's Magnificence right there. And let's get Masterpiece, since this thing is supposed to be Masterpiece, even though he's a gigantic bullet train. Before I grab Masterpiece figures though, you can store the gun in the leg right here, but you have to bend the barrel backwards. That's why that can bend. And it stays on there secure so far. So here you are with this. Fans Toys Thomas is dwarfing it, as well as Optimus Prime. The Seeker back there is taller, and it's a little bit taller than a Masterpiece Carbot Hound, and Hound is not a short Carbot. Now, I pretty much did my final thoughts already, but yeah, the figure looks decent enough, but it's just frustrating to manipulate. The train looks good, and it functions well, and it rolls very smoothly, and rolls smoothly on this. It doesn't seem to have a turning function, but yeah, it doesn't have one at all. Let me not say seam, it doesn't. So it can just go in a straight line. I have not messed with the, what are those people called? The Zeta or whatever, Moon Studios. I've not messed with those at all. I only held one for the briefest of moments this past weekend. And it was way less kibbly than, it was a solid regular robot. So there's that. But yeah. I don't know. I thought I was gonna end up wanting it, but once I got it in robot mode, I'm like, meh. And you know what? It's late. This video is long as crap. I'm gonna do a whole separate video making him into his combiner mode, and and that's gonna be that. All right, I'm gonna leave y'all with at least a preview of the combined mode. You can still see the head right there, but the head gets covered. But going off the size of this, I'm thinking it's probably gonna end up being Soul of Chogokin scale. So maybe that's what they're going for, and that's what the scale is all about with this. But yeah, if I didn't say it, it does have weight, so it doesn't feel cheap. Thank you once again, Nathan Simmons, for letting me hold this. He's gonna be buying all of these, I suppose, and I'm gonna be reviewing all of them. So thank you. Until next time, T-Man978 out of here. Thank you for watching.
Figure action. That one's me.
Join the Syndicate Toy Hunters Facebook group. Link in the description.
Click the videos. Click the fucking videos, baby. Click the videos. You should really click these videos. Click the videos. Click those fucking videos, baby. Click the videos. You really should click those videos. Click that shit.